Look what I got for you, an adjustable air vise. These move back and forth. Why don't you tighten this up? Put your molds in here how you want them. Flick the switch. Boom. Look at that pressure. You can go ahead and inject your mold from there. To release, good to go. Yes, yes, yes. So these things are pretty expensive if you buy them outright. They are nice, don't get me wrong, but I looked at it, I was like, hey, I can build that myself. So if you're a bait maker and want to put a bunch of molds on at once and you don't have the $400 for the pneumatic air vise, I'm gonna break this down for you and show you how you make your own. Let's do it. First thing you wanna do is go ahead and go down to Lowe's, pick yourself up a piece of Unistrut like this right here. And it comes in 10-foot sections. And so what I end up doing is just cutting it down to 40 inches long for both of them. And I use a Sawzall to cut that, which you can see here. You can also use a hacksaw if you wanted to. There's a variety of other ways you can cut metal if you have the tools for it. And so you end up making 3 pieces relatively the same size. Next, what you're going to want to do is head over to Amazon and buy these right here. So these are 20-piece rectangular nuts with a 3/8/16 threaded hole. And so that's what we're going to use to create pressure on the inside of this channel so you can attach everything to the base. Right, next, you're gonna need 4 of these guys, 90-degree angle brackets. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get these over at Lowe's right beside where you get the conduit. So it's really close. Then you're gonna need 10 of these hex bolts. These are 3/8 and they're 1.25 inches long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you need 10 of these guys, and of course, the washers to boot. You're also gonna need 2 lag bolts. These are 2.5 inches long. A couple washers to go with those. And you're gonna need a piece of wood, as you guys see here, 3/4 of an inch. Length, 7 1/4. Width, around 4.5. You can give and take. You'll see in a moment how this matters and doesn't matter at the same time. But nonetheless, you'll need one piece of wood. And then a piece of 4x4, this guy right here, cut to a 7 1/4 as well. And also on Amazon, I'll throw this over there. This is 6mm polyurethane PU air hose pipe. So it comes with a kit, but if you don't have this, you need to buy some. And I'll throw all these links in the description below. And you're gonna need 2 of these, once again, right over there next to the conduit, a 4-hole straight bracket, 1, 2. While you're there, go ahead and grab 2 more hex bolts. With the nuts, these are 1/2 inch. Really, they're just connecting 2 pieces of metal together. I'll show you in a little bit, but grab these while you're there. Next, you want to buy one of these guys. This is a Talon's Pneumatic 32mm bore, 75mm stroke, double rod, double acting aluminum pneumatic air cylinder. Woo! That was a mouthful for sure, but I'll throw the links, don't worry, I'll throw the links for this down in the description. You can just buy it off of Amazon. All right, next you're gonna need 2 of these guys. They come in a 2-pack. These are 3/8/16. These are basically gonna allow you to adjust without breaking out some tools, this back and forth along your rail. Just put these all together like you see it here. Make sure these are wide, right? Because you want them putting pressure on the inside of the rail down here once you put them on. Go ahead and slide those on. So we'll go ahead and do those real fast. 1 and 2. All right, next, hook up your 3/8 bolts up here, just like so. Once again, make sure things are wide. And we're gonna go ahead and connect these 2 rails together. They stop moving on us while we're working on it here. All right, so for these, don't remove them back and forth. What you're gonna do is just basically hand tighten them for the back nuts and bolts. And then these are awesome. You basically lift up on them, and then when it goes back down, you can tighten. So you can keep lifting up and keep tightening it so it won't go anywhere, and to, of course, in reverse to loosen that up. So depending on how many molds you have, you're gonna wanna move this back or forwards to the pneumatic bore. So this is all set. Let's go ahead and set up the rest over here. Guys, something you have to do with these brackets, just check them. Probably a good idea when you buy them, just make sure they're 90 degrees. The problem is, you see that? That gap is no bueno because you need the pressure. If not, it'll just leak on these guys. And so what I need to do is put this in my vise, make sure that's 90. If anything, you want it kind of tilting to the left a little bit. So when it hits pressure, it kind of bends back, but that's not good. See the other one? Yep, that one as well. So I'm gonna bend these back just a little bit, make sure this thing works. All right, so go ahead and take that piece of wood that you cut and go ahead and align it up Make sure you're equally lined up over here, and then run your bolts through and make sure the square nuts on the bottom. Take your next L bracket, go and slide both of those on. There's two. I'm gonna just line these up with the end and tighten them down. All right, next, I'm gonna take your 1/2" bolts, and before you press your wood up against back here, you're gonna want to put this bracket on first. And so, just go ahead and tighten those up. Set. Let's take a piece of wood, slide it back against there like so, tighten that up. Next, I'm gonna line this up. You can measure it out if you like. Make sure it's center. Next, take this guy over here, and we're gonna drive some lag bolts into this guy right here. Change out our bits. That's two. Now we're gonna put this guy on the top. Like put this little vent here on the front. 4 screws to do it. 4, nice and tight. Excellent. Now for some tubing. So this is going to be, you can make this as long as you want. This is what's going to be attaching to your air compressor. And so these things are nice because they come on and off really easily. So you kind of push them on and they're tight. So we'll put this one on back here. Just kind of press it in. Good to go. And then I'm gonna run the short one, this guy, in right here, out to the front. And I'm gonna take this guy right here, run it from this side, kind of down and around, and over here. And that, my friends, is how you do it. So when it's all said and done, it should look like this. This goes down and around the back side. So this one goes up to here, this one runs up the back. And when you turn it, flick of a button, you got